Hey there, folks, it's Habbage. Thanks so much for tuning back in. Excuse me, and I hope you guys are all doing well and ready for some good hardcore vanilla Minecraft action, because that's what I want to I want to provide. I hope that we have a at least relatively uneventful in the sense of imminent death and destruction kind of episode, but there's only one way to find out. So let's get this starting soon slide out of the way. Get our game launched. Back into slow cooker we go. Now I apologize in advance for any hiccups, stifled burps, anything like that. I just had dinner, but we'll kind of talk about what's been up here in the next few minutes. But yeah, I've been absolutely living the life. It has been so awesome that yeah, I can't. Oh, we still got this rain, don't we? We have a bed though. Let's not do that or that. Let's be responsible homeowners. You know. All right, so let's go get some sand. To start, at least, we may get back to the mining here pretty quickly, but we want our sand, right? If we're ever going to get back to the building part of this, which again I'm not trying to tease there. That was the whole point of us looking for this this biome in the first place, was to get red sand to make red sandstone and cook it up to make smooth red sandstone. So we'll yeah, there you go. So we got a little sunset going on. So let's kind of go over around the oh, this is right on that pine forest. I was gonna say let's go around the far side of this and just keep going, but we can kind of get right into the middle here and then anticipate a bit of sand before sleep. So obviously our biggest limiting factor here is going to be the health of our shovel. We only have one. We've talked about this a few times. We're close on netherite. We have 3 out of 4 pieces, or not nether, well, effectively close on netherite, right? We have, I think, some ancient debris and some of the scraps. So we got a hodgepodge, but effectively we're 3/4 of the way to our next tool, and I think that's going to be our shovel. This is kind of it, but we also, I would like in the process to work on setting up another diamond shovel with silk touch, so we can have a spare. You know, go out and do this, but double it up, right? We're not going to come close to filling up our chests with the health of our shovel as it stands here now. So I think that's maybe what we'll do is when we wrap up here, just with the shovel health, rather than going back and you know, I know we still need coal, we still need lots of stuff. We've kind of discovered another mine area in proximity, so lots of good happening, but just kind of thinking about where we want to be and what we're kind of doing as next steps. I mean, how much gold do we need, really, right? You know, it's fun. I love piling up the stacks of blocks and, you know, having enough that could be yet another beacon. I mean, I think we're set to do a beacon base of emeralds. We're or close enough. We're doing very well on iron. Like how much iron do we need? Again, you get 2 stacks. You're already set for a beacon base. So of any of those, and you can mix and match. So we're already set there, and if we get to the point where we're gonna, do big projects and need multiple beacons, yeah, of course we'll come back and get more gold. Maybe maybe do one of each of them and just mix them all up. There's all kinds of stuff we can do, but um, I don't think that's gonna really drive us as much as getting another shovel to get more of the sand and kind of keep the sandstone rocking, both for our home base and for the darkroom spawner, which we want to do here pretty quick. So that's at least the current thoughts, but very subject to change, as we all know. But yeah, so man, oh man, oh man, I have had just wonderful, wonderful. More a day. I'd kind of wrapped up with Minecraft stuff fairly early yesterday. I've gone for a walk, and it was just, it stayed overcast and kind of cool and damp, not really super rainy at all, but a little bit of moisture. Just wasn't, wasn't a really nice day kind of thing. But so I ended up kind of just chilling out. I watched that new Zack Snyder movie, Army of the Dead, and I'm not a huge horror genre guy, but I don't know. I mean, that's calling that a horror is I don't know, kind of like uh, anything I say there is going to be silly. It's not for me. The most horrific of movies are either, you know, the worst kind of scenarios that you could imagine being in, or the the kind of psychological stuff where it's and those it's very tough to do well. That's why the masters are the master. Like Hitchcock back in the day, no special effects, no craziness, and now they seem a little corny, but those suspenseful thriller slash horror movies those are the ones that get to me. Like you finally go to sleep and then you wake up in the middle of the night. You're like, what did I just see, and why am I sweating right now? So yeah, when like the whole zombie genre. I think even going back to Night of the Living Dead, some of the earliest were kind of the monster movie classics, and that's where the zombie, kind of made its film debut. But I think for many contemporary film fans or actors, writers, they would probably start with Night of the Living Dead as the first kind of zombie movie that has modern influence. Of the zombie horde and the zombie walk that everybody likes to practice on Halloween, or whatever. If your town does a zombie crawl type thing, any of those kind of deals, it's that at least for me kind of marks the. And I'm no film student or anything like that. Just enjoy a movie every once in a while, and I wouldn't even say that those are tops on my list of like types of movies. But summer popcorn type movie. If you don't go in expecting it to give you inspiration in your life, it's just going to be a lot of action and gore and all the rest of it. Well, yeah, he knows how to deliver on all that kind of stuff. So lots of special effects. It was, I thought for all that, pretty well done. You kind of knocked it out of the park there. But again, no. I I kind of live on the uh, when I get to that point, I'm more on the Marvel side of things, a universe of movies in recent years than the DC, Star Wars, Justice League, and all those kind of stuff. I mean, I thought Wonder Woman in particular was pretty well done when the first of those came out, but I don't know. I haven't seen all of them. I haven't gone out of my way, and part of it is just hey, I'm kind of growing up. You see so many remakes, and when you're kind of in high school age or in early college, most of those remakes are still fresh to you, and you're like, oh yeah, that's crazy. But for everybody else, for better or worse, they're trying to live up to what you envision those as a kid, and particularly for me, Superman. And even at the time, they were they were superhero movies. It was the Marvel thing kind of blew the whole the whole top off it, and CGI in general. Not having any of that, the effects nowadays look pretty cheesy. But for myself and a lot of my contemporaries, Christopher Reeves is Superman, always will be, and so you just start off in the hole going against those, and for that reason, it's been a lot easier to kind of embrace the X-Men and Avengers type stuff that we didn't when I was a kid. None of that. Star Wars was obviously huge. It was the top of the heap. There was nothing else that could compare. But then you had Superman, and then very early on you had like the Tim Burton Batman, um, and all of the series of Batmans that had been done since then. So kudos to what is now Disney, but you know all the folks that had the vision to be like, you know what, let's just get in different directions. And for both X-Men and uh, Avengers, and then the spin-off stuff, having the then guts to go, you know what, let's here's a pitch. I don't know who the writer credits are or anything like that, or whether it was pitched as such or whether it was kind of a, hey, we'd like to introduce these for marketing and all that, and open up the universe. But doing Guardians of the Galaxy at the time when all you can do is screw up the formula, right? It's going so well at the time that they inked the deal for it was Daredevil. I'm sorry, not Daredevil. Ant-Man, um, Guardians, and then one of the other ones. I don't know. I don't know which those were, but yeah, just so great to yeah. Let's actually in a time I think some of the Disney Star Wars stuff equally so. They're willing to understand that there's two options, right? For that intellectual property, now that they own it, to make money. One is to start remaking the originals. I mean, there was so much backlash at the prequel films in particular because CGI was new. It wasn't really, it was doing really well for what it was at the time, but compared to what ILM had made for the original Star Wars and where they were at the time, and then the changes and the inserting of stuff into the original movies, there's a lot of fractions. So imagine how much it would be if it was like, oh yeah, we're going to reboot the franchise and have just a bunch of like SNL people or whoever, some of the and they did very well again with the with Force Awakens and relaunching that cast. That they did not go with the easy path. The easy path is the dark side. They didn't just quickly say, yeah, you know what, let's go get a bunch of A-listers and that'll guarantee the movie box office. No, they went with a bunch of unknowns, and dang it, and I personally thought that really went a long way to helping those movies stand alone. Not that having the Dreadmore series, which is currently on pause, I guess, because I didn't have one pre-recorded to go up today. So sorry about that. But there we talk about the Mesa Windu, and Samuel L. Jackson is one of my favorite actors. He's incredible. But having so many known faces in the prequel was really a challenge when it came down to that. I don't recall. I don't know. Looking back now, because I mean those movies were 10, 15 years ago, whatever they were now. I don't remember. Did people know who like Natalie Portman was at the time? Certainly the younger actor that played the young Anakin in the Phantom Menace. He was unknown when he came in. That's the advantage of child actors. But it was kind of a star-studded deal, right? And everybody was getting in, and they probably financially did pretty well on the fact that these were sought-after roles as opposed to things they had to convince actors or actresses to take a spot in. So I just thought it was really good when they got the last of the trilogy movies out, that they went with unknown folks, and let those folks make a name for themselves. And that was certainly the case for Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher. Harrison Ford had been in a bunch of westerns and stuff, but he was the kind of just typecast character cowboy, not even the lead, just kind of the bit part. And one of my favorite movies, I haven't seen it in a long time. I should probably rewatch it. Apocalypse Now. Just incredible. But to see a young Harrison Ford as like the the executive officer that's assisting the generals in the meetings and all that kind of stuff is just that precedes it. And at the time it's like, oh yeah, this is that guy, right? This is just a guy that's just getting bit parts. And so they didn't have to pay him a ton, scale or whatever. I don't know how movies worked back in the 70s, but I'm sure that he was a professional actor, member of the union and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure he was making good money, but it wouldn't have been A-lister type money, right? It wasn't like they got Steve McQueen to play Han Solo. So yeah, I just was glad to see that done again, and I'm glad that Disney has continued to try and push that envelope a little bit. I hope they don't make it too schedule dependent. And what I mean by that is that they don't end up at a point where they're forcing to make the new fall Star Wars movie. What's it going to be this year? And eventually you've got really, really talented writers that want to take a crack at Star Wars, right? Oh, you're going to let me prepare a script for for a new Star Wars movie. I'd love to. And that's great. And then maybe they do too. And then they're like, okay, well, I'm a really great writer. I've got a whole bunch of other ideas of my own. I'm gonna leverage this success and move on. And eventually, just the nature of the market is, eventually you've got team writers and the people that have paid their dues. They've been there for so long, and they're kind of writing. And this goes for directors and cinematographers and everybody else too, right? I'm not picking on anybody else, but the nature of business is those people have paid their dues. They are due an opportunity, and sometimes you hit it out of the park, right? And those people become the next stars of movie production, whatever. But a lot of times, and more often, it becomes kind of project by committee. You'll get 3 or 4 people all in there, and they were very adept at helping out as a team or as a part of a team on a direct. Hey, I need dialogue for this scene. Here's what's happening. Fill that in, and they do very, very well. But when you then have overall, it gets much more formulaic. Those people are just kind of, this is what works. And when they're inexperienced, right? They don't have their own merits, I guess, to stand on, is what I want to say. Uh, if you've written a bunch of multi-million-dollar blockbuster movies and they have been widely praised as being successes, then if a board at a company like Disney, and I don't know what all the studios are or whatever, but Disney, right? That ultimately they're the ones that are like, hey, this is our bottom line. You better get it done. So they can rightly come in and say, hey, we've produced a lot of movies. We think you should do this, 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 and this. And that's okay. There's a lot of experience there, but it's also potentially a committee looking at a board, and it's no longer art. It's just formula. And so they'll say, hey, we need more Ewoks. The marketing says we got to get to the 8 to 12-year-old kids, and they love cute things, so we need more Ewoks, right? And if you do that, you run the risk of tiring out an adult fan base that really pays all the money. And so I think naturally, if you push too hard, but if you let it wait and you kind of let your successes marinate a little bit, and then you go in a different direction. And I think so far they've done a really, really, really good job of that. Doing the Bounty Hunter series on Disney Plus was a great move away at the right time after you've done the second trilogy, and you're not, you got some pushback on Solo. I happen to like it, but I know others, think that was kind of the bottom of the barrel. So they take a break, and pandemic obviously is made everything a wild card, but those are pretty good ways to protect the franchise. And now I haven't watched any of it, but I hear they got something kind of more out of the line of the Clone Wars and the animated stuff. And honestly, I just didn't really have a whole lot of time for it. I know there's a lot of really good content that people made out there. Okay, that's our end. This is our run. So yeah, they've distanced themselves from the canon, the canon storyline, Luke and Leia, and what else happening and all that. They said, hey, we've got the benefit of this universe that everybody recognizes, and it's the challenge of the world of Harry Potter, right? You can't. J.K. Rowling was making wonderful books, and I got so impressed with how much she got kids back into reading, just by having a great idea for a story and making it real and and receptible. No, but digestible maybe to kids. Appealing, just it doesn't have to be that fancy or highfalutin of a word. It's just appealing to them. It's a story they can relate to. All the stuff that goes on in the school and all that as the kids are growing up, whether it's romance or bullying or just struggling to try to get all your classwork done, and also having other real life stuff going on at the same time, and feeling that no one else has ever understood that or faced those challenges. But the problem is, even though that's a hugely vibrant, Muggle, I saw a bumper sticker today or something, something Muggle on board or something, and it was like, man, all right, there's still stuff. And I know there's been a few new books. I think there's been a theater adaptation, and of course the Fantastic Creatures and Where to Find Them stuff. But it really, it's going to struggle a bit to distance from the character of Harry Potter, whereas Star Wars, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, you've got a whole galaxy worth of characters and stories, and through all the video game writing and fan fiction and all the rest of it, all the books and everything that's existed in the last 40 years or so, however long it's been, they have so much that doesn't have to get overly caught up, and I thought that was great about the Bounty Hunter. I mean, how or the Mandalorian, I keep calling it just the Bounty Hunter. They wasted. Well, they didn't waste anything. They fully took the time to wait a couple of seasons before there was any Force user content in The Mandalorian, and that's fantastic because you especially in that one, I think a lot of people kind of missed the timing of it. Right, it wasn't after the last movies that had just come out. It kind of fits there at the end of the original trilogy is where those characters are existing and functioning, and that's the world that they're in. But by that point, the Jedi are scattered and almost forgotten. They become, old Ben Kenobi. He's a mythical type figure that's in hiding, and there's enough gray area that it doesn't just have to be Yoda and Obi-Wan that survived, right? They can open up other Force storylines and users, and the Force can just have a vergence. Is that what it was? Anyway, this was not at all what I was planning to talk about. We were just talking about how I chilled on Army of the Dead yesterday afternoon and really enjoyed it. Let's get you. I guess I might as well hold on to those for the time being. This could be a problem with gravel, though. We gotta watch that very carefully. So we want red. Oh no! Never mind then. I don't want to turn this into a whole juggling deal, which is fine. We'll go fix the shovel. We'll do this right. If we have a few more of those at some point, we'll maybe leave one here. But with only two, if I ever leave, green shulker box, right, or the bed in a recent episode, if you leave one of those things behind, with an ender chest in particular, it doesn't matter. It's not too bad if you just carry an extra around. So, no problem. We'll just go fix up our shovel. We'll brew up some fire res. and we'll head back to try to get some fire res potions, or fire get some more ancient debris. With that. Hi. Oh, you didn't like that? Oh, too far. So yeah, yesterday pretty uneventful, but just nice. As it gets nice out, I don't often um, relax much and just kind of watch TV stuff. And as I think I'd said before, I'd been out for like multiple hours walking in the morning when it was nice and cool, and it was kind of a good opportunity to be out. So just kind of enjoyed a little bit more couch time. Still very conscious that I wanted to be up and moving about and stretching, pretty regularly to make sure my legs didn't get sore from that. Because today was probably my first and only ski day of the 2020-2021 ski season. Thank you, pandemic. You were awesome. Um, and I say that I had an incredible 2019-2020 ski season for me. And this is all relative to everybody that does it. For some people, traveling or whatever, it's fantastic if you get a week of good skiing on a vacation. Living outside of Denver, as I do, I usually hope to get 20 days in a year. And that's a lot harder now than it was when I was in, like my 20s. Not so much. Well, in large part because of schedule. You have more demands on your time, more stuff going on, and that becomes a factor. But there's also just more opportunities in life, right? When you're 20 and you paid for a ski pass and a bunch of your friends have, that's what you're gonna do because you don't have as many other opportunities, right? You may go to a little live music or something, at the local corner bar or something like that, but you're probably not going to be going on a lot of vacations. The opportunities to do the more expensive travel where you maybe are going to a different continent or something, and we're talking just the airfare is multiple thousands of dollars. Instead, when you're in 20s, it's pile in a car last minute and road trip to Utah or Wyoming or Canada or whatever, and pile 5-6 people into a hotel room, sham for who gets the floor and who gets a shower when there's still hot water, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a difference of perspective. But when you're young, that's that's when to do it. As Warren Miller said, if you don't do it this year, you're going to be a year older when you do. So I try to keep that in mind for myself that's in the context for anybody who doesn't know. Warren Miller made a whole bunch of ski documentary movies and became a legend in his lifetime. Filming and then producing extreme skiers and lighthearted, going around to different resorts. It'd be 5 or 6 different featured areas and he made one movie a year. And so each year, it would be here in Colorado. There'd be one show in Boulder and one show in Denver, and that was a real deal and a real kickoff to the actual ski season. And you'd kind of wait, and before the internet and all that, you had no idea what was going to be on that year's things. And living in Colorado here, you had a fair chance of seeing somewhere that you skied all the time, and like, oh, how will they and then of course like the super extreme people are going to places that you never even it's like, wow. So and they either got a snow cat or a helicopter or something to go ski one of the peaks that's like in the distance, and then they come back and in the day it was half pipe, or they had some parks and all that kind of stuff. But they'll come back and have huge banners with the name of the, the resort. So they're getting their props and their advertising in. But then they like take a chopper ride out to some peak that you can see from there that everybody kind of looks at and goes, "Oh, it's so beautiful." And then just crazy good skiers that can actually go and pull that off and look really good, go and get videographied. But it's a fun memory. He lived a very long and very successful life, but a few years back he did pass away. And the company still exists, I believe, still makes movies. Although I gotta say I don't follow too closely at this point. Now, for the moment, we're not going to worry at all. I mean, this is just getting us kind of top to back off in coal. We've got a lot more that's going to be a part of our repair efforts. Let's put these away. These away. Oh, just a wee bit too much wood. We got daytime. Hi. Alright, fences. Yeah, oh, you're a beautiful kitty. Good job. Missed it. And I missed you, Guava. I hear you making zombie noises up here. Were there zombies? Did they scare you guys and now you learn their voices? Yeah, talk to me in my voice. Say, Habbage is awesome. Oh no, I don't need my ego stoked like that. Alright, what did we do? Are they down in the secret stash box? Probably. This is honestly such a hodgepodge of... No, are they in this box? Salty, are you guarding them? No, didn't I... I had more name tags, right? Oh, there we go. Okay. Back to it. So, anyway, Warren Miller, nonsense, whatever, great movies. Go check them out. Last year, I had, for me, an adult, a really good year, about 20 days or so. Lots of vertical feet. I was in for me, very good shape. And skiing is one of those where you feel it. You're not... usually you don't ski yourself into condition, although a lot of people will feel like they're doing that. Now, I am hesitant because we thought we wouldn't get XP, and that's okay. Let's go start up some gold. I should have done this before the last stair run. So yeah, you don't ski yourself into shape. You may feel really sore, but your skiing reflects how good of shape you're in. And so, it's all the walking or jogging or biking or, calisthenics, all that kind of stuff that you're doing during the off season that then makes skiing just a joy and not a workout at all. And saves injury. You don't run the risk of hurting yourself because your legs don't get tired. You stay in good control and all that. And it's one of those sports where no matter how good you are, the beginning of the season is reacquainting your body with what's expected of it. It's a balance and speed type skill, and a lot of it is body positioning and confidence, and you just don't have that until you've done it. Usually, it's about 10 days into a season when when you really start feeling good. At least for me, that it's like, oh, it's coming now. Now I can really start working on stuff, getting to be a better skier, and that changes over time when you're on a different side of 40. It's like, I don't have to be the most extreme anymore. I need to make sure that I don't hurt myself, and I need to make sure that I have a good time, and had that started before or are we still just making, no? I guess that's just the machine. It sounded weird. It seemed like it was already going. Anyway. So hard to keep focus. So, yeah. Long story short is I really, really enjoyed my experience last year. It was fun because I was in as good a shape as I've been in to ski in many years. And so I really, that translated into immediate results. I was skiing terrain I hadn't skied in a long time with a lot of confidence and, no injuries or anything like that because my body was prepared to handle it. And sorry about that. Got the phone still dinging here. So when the pandemic was hitting, I just kind of said to my friends, I was like, look, I'm not comfortable pushing it, and I actually my last day of the 2019-2020 season was actually as it was. For those that kind of remember the progression, the East Coast in New York had quite a bloom, but one of the first places that had any was in Washington State. And very shortly after that, or when that was first becoming kind of national news, that, hey, this is out of control in Washington. Nursing homes have it, spreading through their populations. About that same time, there were reports at some of the hotels and the worker accommodations in the Colorado Summit County ski resorts. And I made a decision. I had two friends out. Unfortunately, there was a memorial for one of our other friends who had passed away, but it was a good, those things are always a mixed bag. It's a celebration of life and it's a feeling of loss. There's grief. And this, for me, wasn't a super close friend. But, very nice woman and a mutual friend of a lot of all of ours. And I'd gotten to know her more. She was, friends with a bunch of my college contemporaries, but I'd gotten to know her more as an adult later on. Because your ages mean less. In college they mean a lot less than they do when you're in high school and more so, in grade school and all that kind of stuff. But when I was in school, she was older and friends with a whole bunch of other people. When I was, a young adult and then an adulter adult, she was just another person in Denver, and so we got more chances to hang out. And it was like, yeah, I remember who you were, but we never talked or hung out. But hey, yeah, this is cool. So it was really cool, and all of our mutual friends from out of state had come back. Well, a few of those had all said, hey, let's go skiing while we're here. And I was like, absolutely, I'm in. So, we thought about it, we talked about it, because even this memorial was a deal. And it was in that kind of pre-mask, pre-shutdown, but like the elbow pump as opposed to the handshake. And it was still a full-on memorial reception kind of deal where there were lots of people in a group, and no, it was before social distancing or anything like that. But you kind of, it was like, well, we're going to do this for our, nobody, but yeah, people flying in from all over the country, and everybody kind of thought about it, like, okay, we'll see, are we all going to get this? And everybody kind of took real seriously the 2-week quarantine when that first became a deal, because we'd all been so cross exposed. But yeah, our last ski day was the weekend after that, and at the time I was like, I'm pretty confident. I'm a relative local. I drive up, I park. That year I had a full pass, and I was like, I walk to the lift. I can wear a mask. I wear a face guard kind of thing anyway, which, depending on whether it's snowing or whatever, I pull up over my mouth and nose anyway. So I was like, that's no problem. And aside from waiting in lift lines and stuff, it's no big deal. And this was going to be a weekday, so perfect. We went up, had a blast, and that was kind of the end of the season. Well, then as 2020 unfolded, I just decided, not the year. I'm not going to deal with the reservations and trying to compete. Well, I ended up getting a discount card thing. It was like $30, and you could get buy one get one at a number of the small resorts around Colorado, or like 30% off. And there's a limited number at each of these participating resorts. And it wasn't any of the, if you're out of state at a country, it's not the ones you've heard of. It's not Vail and Breckenridge or Steamboat or any of those. These are small mountains scattered around the state of Colorado. And I was kind of like, well, depending on how quickly this backs off, this could be perfect. And at the time I was kind of hoping, I knew ski season wasn't going to start in late September, early October for me, like it sometimes does. But I had hoped that 2021 get through the new year, and by that point maybe it'll be back. Well, it wasn't, and I had other stuff going on, and I just kind of let it pass by. It was okay. I was like, I'm doing other stuff. I've had a lot of great time skiing. I'm not going to force myself to go out for a recreation activity in the midst of a pandemic. So I sat it out. But this last weekend, a friend was like, "Hey, it's supposed to be pretty nice. Let's go up to the mountains." And we used the little discounted deal, and it was still pretty expensive for what was a spring ski day. But getting to ski once this season was awesome. The conditions were not at all skier friendly. It was for anybody that is familiar with the sport, it was full-on mashed potatoes and a lot of gravy mixed in, and it was snowing, which was awesome. Here we are a week and change away from June, and getting fresh snow while we were up there was pretty nice. So I don't know, real positive experience. I thought our Cole here was going to do our shovel a lot better. Now, we look here, we got nothing. Man, oh man. I mean, I guess we can trade again. We left a bunch of stuff over to trade. So that's good. I don't know what I'm hoping to find over here. I think we just need to do blocks. So yeah, awesome day of skiing. Big thanks to the friend. There were 4 of us that went up. Big thanks to the friends that went along. We all carpooled up, split up like the pay parking. That's usually like, oh, you would never pay for park. You wake up earlier, you take a shuttle or whatever. Except when you're only going to go skiing once for an entire year, and it's $30. Like, yeah, I'll kick in $10 and we'll walk 10 feet to the to the resort area. So it was just an absolute blast. And in true Colorado fashion, I got back down the hill, as folks call it, and On returning home, the Colorado Avalanche game had begun, and as I've said before, I'm a big hockey fan. And the other person of the four that is also a hockey fan he had stuff going on, had to get home, and the others not into it. So, like, all right, you guys have fun. I got home, and the game was on like overtime. The other game was on overtime. So the game that the Avalanche game that we wanted to watch was on like NHL channel or something, whatever. I didn't have access to it, so I just kicked it on the radio. I've played and watched a lot of hockey in my life. Radio hockey doesn't bother me one bit, and I gave my grill the full-on spring cleaning, like, TLC. I popped the grates, brought them in, scrubbed them off in the sink, because most grills don't, it's not like a tight seal, and over the winter, the wind blowing and stuff just gets a little bit of dust in and around all that, those vent holes in the grill. So I wanted everything cleaned up and nice, and then I oiled it back up, and I grilled up some chicken and mixed that into a salad with some fresh avocado. It sat out on the deck as the game was finishing up for another series sweep in the playoffs for hockey, which is just fine with me, and couldn't have been better. Bright blue skies and beautiful evening, and then came back in to join up with you guys and do some Minecrafting. So truly having it all today. It's been a delightful run of events, and I hope we can. This is turning into kind of a unremarkable thing. I thought, oh man, I haven't made any of the stupid potions yet. All right, let's take this coal down. We're gonna feed up the furnace for this red sandstone. We haven't done the shovel yet. We gotta do, oh man, so much to do. Okay, coal. It's a lot of pre-supply there. Now over to here. We should have a bunch of bottles. Not as many as I would have liked. What's going on there? Oh, I guess we've just made so many potions that are being held. That's probably what's going on. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Well, we're just gonna have to be careful. This is what you guys were hoping for. Some real adventure and drama. Oh, how that? Get in the hole. All right. Zoom. I think it's still daytime. There was that skeleton shooting at us, so now we got a trader again. All right. Boom, boom. You know what? Boom. If this works out right, we won't have to worry about it. All right. Back down. We're going to put the magma pieces on, and we're going to make a whole stack of bottles. Or 3 whole stacks, I think, is what we're actually set up for. I think it triples them. Nope. Oh. I wish it would just let you hold the thing. Okay. We're here. More bottles than we could ever possibly need. Okay. 1 stack. And I tend to think it's, don't try to jam. Just try to get close. Doing the juggle of the full stacks is kind of a nightmare. Red. Now. Ooh, I think we got more of those though. One there. One there. One there. Now if I find I like just filled a whole chest of fire potions over here that I hadn't bothered to put into my handy dandy slows. One fire. Well, let's. Oh, and I was keeping that for, this is the have one in case we want to knock out the all the potions. Okay, these are all awkwards. So boom, boom, boom. Load up another batch of those. Close. Alright, these get redstone each. How? Of course we're one short. Five and 4 as far as I can see. Alright, fire res 8. And again, sorry about all this. I really thought we had already done this chore. Well, that will keep us very well set into the future. When we get done here, we will run over and try to trade really quick. And then hopefully still have time to do our pick, a shovel on pick. Alright, now, how are we doing over here? We got a long way to go. You keep plugging away there, little furnace. Let's pop that. It can go away. I don't think we have anything left for the fortune pick, right? So let's go ahead and put that away. Alright, all good down here, right? Those can just be sitting there ready. Oh, wait, do we want... I already put it away. We got plenty of fire res now. So, yeah, I came into this episode knowing I didn't have to do much to leave myself feeling pretty darn good. Not every day your favorite hockey team advances around in the playoffs. That was huge. Skiing was just so nice to get back out there, even if it wasn't an ideal day. It was pretty great. You know what? We picked all that sugar cane, but we never did anything with it. Oh, we already slept by Salty. We don't have a thing. Let's check here. Let me say Guava. Oh, we got nothing. Oh. I take that back. Oh, it's Fortune. Dang it. And I think we already had this whole deal about do I want a Fortune shovel, and I think the answer was no, I don't care about the Fortune shovel. The only thing that a shovel can do that it's not its intended job is, so we'll get that little bit of recovered there, is to get more flint out of gravel, which when you've got a couple flint and steels, it'd be cool. Can we make a flint block or something? I don't know. Don't be a creeper. Like, we stayed up a little too late for comfort. Going up and playing with that shovel. So, alright, we got our clean shovel. We've got a mending book at home, but I'll probably honestly just buy up a bunch of different books at this point. Why not, right? We'll have lots of opportunities. The mending and unbreaking, it's always good to have a few extras. Like, I don't think we need to go just buy extra efficiency books for the sake of buying them. When we need to do another tool, we'll do it up. Okay, so let's start with. Again, we got. Ooh, we're a little low on books. Maybe we shouldn't be so willy-nilly with our paper. Okay, well, that's a little more. We're still not trading with you, sir. You are efficiency 4 for 14. We'll take those two. Again, we don't need a ton more. Feather falling, I have no idea. I think unbreaking was somewhere down here. There we go. Yeah, of course, you're most expensive. But let's take 2. I really think this one's back around the other way. He was started with something, but I don't think it was Silk Touch. I think Silk Touch is maybe in this corner. Ah-ha-ha! Can remember some stuff. Oh, maybe he's mending. That's what I need. Yeah. Oh, was that all our books? No, we got 4. Oh, I was like, wait, where are the books? They're not. Oh, we gotta get pulled into the stand. You are my mending homie. And we already had one of those. So we've got enough for the efficiency 5, one of the unbreakings, one of the silk touches, and one of the mendings. We are now set. Let's put you, you away. Pick up all of you. Of course, we won't have the sales. Was that like 28 pumpkins? Yeah. Still! It's only when I speak that seems to be such an issue. None of this is going to matter because none of you guys are going to be on sale. So, first come, first served, right? That's what I said. Well, that's getting our shell. Any more XP laying around? Because I've got other tools I wouldn't mind repairing either. That didn't go too far, did it? Oh, well, I did get the pick in there. So maybe that's why I was slowing down a little bit. It's splitting between the two that need the most repair. So that's good. Alright. Nope, not you. Come on, who wants a pumpkin? And for your trade, you get melons. Alright, shovel fully back. Pick not too shabby. Odds and ends stored away. Now, safety blanket restored. We do have an anvil here. Might as well use this one. We never do. Shovel. Efficiency. Oh! We never do because it's so flimsy. It's going to be close. I expect we won't be able to fully enchant it. We'll have to, I don't know. Didn't we just depopulate the chickens? Maybe another harvest? This is why we need the darkroom spawner, which is why we need the shovels to go get more of the sand. Cook it. Fingers crossed. Only 3 more books, right? Alright. Efficiency 5 shovel. I think we got it. And a mending. Woo! And we broke both our anvils. Alright, well, that's fair enough. We got a couple of random extra books here. Store away. And now we have, I guess I really didn't even look at the first one. I just assumed it was all set. It was a pretty safe assumption. Okay. What, we did a couple more of those, and we can leave the one down in our netherite farm. Because again, we followed our Eyes of Ender. I think we're pretty well set there. That's still enough if we ever need to make a quick portal. We still have maps, and we do have one of those. I kind of actually knew that was there. I just didn't want to squander that too quickly. Now the question is, do we stop for the netherite, or do we go across the world? Just an hour in. Let's see if we can. I don't need that sizzle in my life. Just saying. You know what? Not what I was gonna say. Get that. Because we've got more on the racks, right? So we are gonna try to just crush this, like full on waste of materials. Go get another rack. And if nothing else, it'll help us build up our quartz again, too. No. Oh, we do want to go this way, right? So many options. Yeah, if we can switch and get the two shovels set up and rolling, that would be incredible. Then we can get to work on Darkroom Spawner. I may even start it in a second episode this evening and get like the base and everything set up, ready to go, and then just do the actual Darkroom after. But yeah, we'll just kind of keep an eye out here and watch our time, see how much ancient debris we can find while we play this game. I thought he was facing the other way. I thought I could sneak right by him, but not yet. Don't want your meats or your leathers. They'll be there to fill my pockets when I come back, right? Okay, run. Hey, don't worry, guys. I have no desire to eradicate your bastion. I think I told everybody about how awesome my salad was, right? Oh, so good. The clean grill, like the first grill. Really, I've done some grilling through the winter, but it's kind of like getting nasty. I was like, okay, time to do something about that. But the first time that you like cleaned it up for the season, you're like, all right, had a little barley pop out in my hand while I was doing it, and like after the chicken flip and all the do a little garlic, a little pepper on there. Got it all. It's just doing the second side. Came in, got the salad stuff already, and that was finishing up while it was resting, and sliced it up, put it in. The avocado was just the home run. Oh man, I love avocados, and I had the two. I gotta go to the store in the next couple days. Like some things I'm pretty good on, but like salad greens and stuff like that I'm a little low on. And so avocados are one, like when they start going, and if you don't use them as much as you had intended, they can disappear on you pretty quick. Alright, now we need to manage up our inventory here a little bit. Get back into Nether mode. Alright, you guys ready? Did we already take one? Let's get rid of our recipe book. We did not take one. Let's go. Let's aim. Stupid flames. You can never see if... Oh, great. Well, we're making good use of this. Okay, so this must have been one of the ones that I preset, right? We kind of talked about how at least the walls would be done. That looks like everything. Ooh, that felt messy. So the other thing I did yesterday before skiing, because I was kind of in that, let's make sure I don't get all sore from my longer walk yesterday morning before I go skiing, and make sure I get up and am ready to be active early in the day. Because we had to leave fairly early to get up there, and it's what they call mud season out here, and mud season is one of my favorites. It's when the resorts, most of the resorts are closed, right? There's not enough snow, and the wide runs, low, big resorts, there's just not enough to maintain their operations. So that's when the season ends. And when you're big, you need a lot of staff to maintain all your runs and food and lodgings and all that kind of stuff. So there we go. They, once they get to a point, kind of after the spring break and all those seasons are done, they wrap it up pretty quick. There's a formula there of this is how long it's profitable to operate, and this is fell down a hole. Not good. Okay, look. There's that one, there's that one, there's that one, there's that one. Everybody else, nope, not all good yet. Once again, the advantage of the ancient debris is it doesn't burn up, but can be quite a challenge to find when you're down in the depths of the lava. Now, I don't see any more. I'm not going to push it because we know that's right on the edge of that lava lake. And while I don't mind popping more potions here, I also know how hard it is to see when you're in there. Could be right on top of it, never know. And, it's just... There we go. Now we're talking. Any others here? I know that's... 2's pretty good. I think, as the games often do, The very first time I ever found any ancient debris, it totally spoiled me. I think I got like 3 or 4 pieces all together. And was just, like, oh, this is easy. I don't know what everybody's talking about all this being a problem. And then I will go back and get all that quartz on that last pile as well. Just trying to kind of push the fire prot here while we can. Fortunately, the further we go, some of the less prep work has been done in those in some of those lava pockets, and I think they were expanding as we went further this way. So certainly doesn't mean that we can't find more goodies, but it certainly can't slow us down. Well, that's convenient. Okay, we're still picking those up. Keeping an eye on the little thing for the flashes, because knowing my luck, we'll get a nice little pulsing flash, which will mean that it's about to die, and then I will be in a lava lake. Again, not a huge deal, because we just have to pop the inventory and no. Yes. And get another potion, so just there. Must have stepped on some soul stand there. Kind of made me bobble. Okay, now we got no more fire res. Can we make it? Nope. Hey! Oh, that was really, really, really good. I'm so happy to be through a couple with only one potion used. That's incredible. Now we'll do this just to... Oh, we already had a... That's fantastic. Better and better. Because now we can keep dumping off glass bottles as we empty up these. I think we'll just keep stacks of all of that various stuff. And I don't really need this much fire, as it's kind of slowing us down in one regard, but it yeah, we have it. It's gonna speed everything else up, so I'm thinking 3 potions along with cleanup and inventory, and then the run back would be a pretty successful trip for the end of this episode, with the amount of time that we got left. I don't know if this makes sense to be doing or not. I mean, are we ever going to come back down through these? Don't know, but I don't like walking on soul sand. I don't remember that. I mean, we got 3 ancient debris out of this path, so I'm not complaining, but I don't remember that it was particularly good on the quartz. Alright, now we are, of course, backwards. Yeah, let's not... I don't want to have to just run an extra length fighting lava. I'd rather mine boat. Thank you. Thank you, game. For showing me the ignorance of my overlooking. Wow. Well, that's already successful. Maybe we'll just do one more potion. We'll see how our time is after we do this next one. I mean, why stop, right? It's the other thing I was kind of wondering about. I opened up the... yeah, now I'm going to double check all the soul sand. I opened up the shulker box and was like, I mean, yeah, we can carry the nether rack. Do we want to? And I think for me the answer is until I know that we don't, we may as well, right? Okay, so now, speaking of which, unload, top that off. Oh, 5 is so good. Don't. Nope. On! So after back to the stories of my life, which you people are probably like, oh my god, really? You went skiing one time? Way to go. I went skiing like 40 times this year. The pandemic was no big deal, blah, blah. Yeah, I know. That's fine. For a lot of people, that was a really good way to either get time to spend time with your family that you normally wouldn't, or to get away from your family if spending all the time in quarantines or just isolation got to be too much. Get into the mountains. I always find the mountains are a wonderful, peaceful place, opportunity. So, yeah, it was fun for me. I wanted to share it. It was, just one of those you come back and you're like, oh man, I did it right today. This was a good one. So, but I'd kind of been saying, I was taking it easy yesterday because I didn't want to go in sore, and a couple of the things were that I didn't want to end up getting into something that was going to keep me up all night and make me not want to get up in the morning, because a big important part of my routine is to get up and go for walks. And especially on a day when I'm going to go skiing for the first time in a year, a year, is stretching. And, again, I'm not 18, I'm not 20 anymore. I have to make sure my body's ready to perform if I'm going to ask it to do something unexpected. And it also, for me, it's... Yep, gonna have to make some coffee and get up and then figure out the gear and all. And not that that really takes any more time or took any more time today than it does mid-season. It's just, you gotta double check everything just to make sure. And the funny part was, it wasn't any of my ski gear that was a problem. It was I had worn a pair of shorts on Friday night when I went out, and I'd left the wallet in the back pocket. And when I... Hi. Where were you hiding, sir? When I took off the shorts, I didn't pull the wallet out. And then yesterday, I went for a walk, kind of chill around here evening. Wasn't even a factor. So I had one of those heart attack moments where you're like, where's my wallet? Why is my wallet not in the place? And, it was about the third place I okay, well, let me just go check the last place I had it. There it was. So no problem, but definitely one of those items you don't like to not know where it ended up. And I pretty good. I got a spot where keys and wallet and phone, phone charger and all that is right there, and it saves a lot of looking around if you can just be that disciplined to put those things in the same place each and every time. You don't have to look for them. So yeah, that was my big worry this morning, and like I have a ski pack that has my gloves and all my face guards and all that kind of stuff. And when I do have a pass, that's the pass just lives in a little pocket there. And never a complaint from me out of that pack. So yeah, gloves and goggles and all that were all ready to go right where they need to be, and they hang on a hanger in my closet with my shell and my pants all on the same hanger. So that's ready to go, and my boots and my skis and everything live in the spot. So I was ready, and it was a little surprising because so often in the spring like that, you're worried about sun, right? Don't get a massive sunburn because they can happen so fast when you're up there. And if it gets hot, you like tie a shell around your waist, just ski in short sleeves or whatever, just hanging out afterwards. Your face can get cooked, all that. So it was like make sure the sunscreen is still there, and you got the good stuff and all that. So a little more of that kind of work that then didn't even need to be necessary because it was very overcast and snowing for quite a bit of the day. Which, you get used to that here, Down here, it was windy, but a very warm pre-summer kind of day, and you can have very different conditions when you have lots of different elevations. I don't know why I'm goofing around here. Well, still stuff? Are these still... Did I leave any holes? No, it's just filling in this. Okay. I don't know why the shape of those is weird, but... Good job, potion. Oh, that fire, man, it's bad enough when you're just warp speeding through all this rock. Then when you're on fire, it's like I lost it. I don't know if I'm still mining straight or not. What do you guys think for visual or audible cues for potions and things like that. Like, I'm kind of watching up in the corner here. I get we're probably getting close and trying to punch all the way through, then come back and clean the quartz on the way back. But in a game like Minecraft, do you think that should there be anything like beep 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 beep, something to just let you know it's worn off, or you like it the way it is, where it's just gone? There's flashing. Last little lava pocket. Burn our footsies. There's some of... Oh. Let's try to do this the right way. Hey. Alright, so... Of course, now we are overbrimmed with junk, but hopefully we can go drop that, come back. Let's check the time right now. 35. I think we can still do this. Run! While we're running, I'm going to take a sip of water. A little bit of lime juice in there. Oh, can't recommend strongly enough. Go get a bottle of... It's usually like by the seltzer water and stuff, and not just like the green squeeze lime thing that you use if you're tendon bar at a college party or something like that. I mean, get the glass bottle with a flip lid on it. You're going to want it to be secure because you won't use it that quickly, or secure, airtight, or as close as possible. And yeah, it's like, I don't know, $2. Wait a minute, what's going on? Did I goof all this up? Oh, so dumb. Yeah, we got plenty of time. We're going to make it. I was so excited about the lime water. Yeah, a little couple drops of lime juice into just a regular old glass of water. Oh, makes it so nice, especially as it gets into summertime. I do it all the time now. It's just automatic. I don't think my water here is bad. I don't think it's particular. Again, some people are like, "Oh, the water here is so great," or we gotta have filters. Our water is so. And I grew up in the Midwest, and some of the areas that I visited more than went to, in Upper Michigan and Minnesota, and I think parts of Wisconsin. There's a lot of iron. The Iron Range and Lake Superior and all that kind of stuff. You can get to places where the water has a very high iron concentration. It actually looks rusty when it comes. If it's like a spring or you've got like pump water and stuff like that, it'll look very rusty. And those are places where people actually say, oh, you have to do boiled or bottled water or something like that. You can't really palate 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 sounds good. So yeah, it's unpalatable. So yeah, you need to kind of give your body a lot of time to adapt because that mineral content is so high. And other places, other minerals. Obviously, if you travel abroad, there are places where you just shouldn't drink boiled water for filtration and cleansing reasons. So that, and that's, a lot of those are localities, right? The local people may have no problem at all, but their body has adapted to those. Yours never has had that chance, so you can't, that's when you just go buy the hotel $3 or whatever bottles of water and make do, and you can, if you're a camper or anything like that, sometimes it's worth bringing just a filter pump along to, if you try to go through a lot of water, that can be a really manageable solution. I mean, they're made for backpacking, so they pack really well if you're traveling internationally. And even then, a lot of people like to make room for souvenirs and stuff like that. Well, maybe a thermos or some kind of a water thing from the area where you've been is a cool way to remember your trip, and something you didn't have to bring along with you when you initially packed, but something to remember the trip by. Nice, those, for a while, like the metal water, not really canteen. I mean, it was more of a bottle really than anything, but it was kind of resembled a jar, I guess. It would have a lid on it, and some of those can be pretty travel proof. And it was easier back when nobody cared about liquids on airplanes a long time ago. For some of you, I understand, totally outside of memory, but those of us who do, and even if you don't, that's one way. You don't have to find yourself roped into buying drinks throughout. If you're going on a multinational, multi-leg flight, those can be several days that you're just basically in the process of getting. You never smell fresh air, right? You're just stuck between, all right, this is what's gonna start lavaing us, so we just want to be ready. It doesn't have to be a panic deal, but it may be tough to place over the top. Although, if we can get it from this side, then it may not be too big a deal. Of course, we want to get the quartz if we can before the lava. There we go. Yeah. You burn me all you want, because I definitely laughed at your burniness through my time adventuring. All right, boom. We'll take the. Oh, we didn't even fill the stacks. Yeah, I was gonna say, well, any leftovers we'll throw in the lava, but we did pretty well. No need to. We don't have to pick that back up. Let's try to get back home and get these cooked and get our shovels clad before we call this one a good episode. Again, really want to thank you guys for joining. I hope you're enjoying the content. I know this one was. I didn't, at the beginning, I didn't exactly know. I kind of knew we'd gotten a little sidetracked from our initial mission. Getting all that gold, and finding the mines and all that kind of stuff. And it was like the whole reason we went was to get the sandstone. And then I guess I didn't fully appreciate how low the shovel was going to be and how quickly we'd go through just the one. So with a pair of them and with the extra little bit of netherite help, that should make this go a little better. And we already have enough. Part of it is just going to be the cooking of it now. We gotta get a good stock of the redstone that's been cooked up, and we depleted it a bit, not too much really, in our base work, getting that front tower done. But the The darkroom spawner uses a lot, and I only use it on the outside. You know, it's what's going to be visible as we're flying to, or boating to, or otherwise looking at the structure. Um, all that's what's going to be done in a color scheme and some kind of nice little pattern. We'll see. Nothing too crazy, but you know, a little bit here and there. Oh, I'm not bouncing. We're almost done now, though. I think. Ooh, maybe we still got a little bit. Oh, this is where the building comes up, right? Ice. We still gotta get ice. Well, so we got the blackstone, but we don't have the... And that's where we then turn back to the coal. You know, the more of those coal blocks we have, the more we can spread out our automated furnaces. And, you know, well, we may just need to do some projects around the base. You know, if they're spitting out stacks and stacks of materials, we'll be in pretty good shape. Okay. Red box, you are jammed, right? We got some waters, we got some strengths, and we got some slows. And then we just got a bunch of fire, which I think is still right. So... Regions, waters... Randomly strengths and slows. Kind of feel like fire and water go together. Back over here. Before we do anything, we gotta go get these cooked. Hi, Salty. I heard you bark. Hi, trader that hasn't found anything better to do. We've just gone and dove through lava-filled pools. And you're just sitting here. What? Oh, I need to get all these other scraps. Shovel. And shovel. Boom. That is a pretty good feeling. 2 shovels and 2 picks. Now I know, you know, the axe is kind of lagging behind. We need to do the hoe for the advancement. But even now, I may be more tempted to go after more picks. We haven't used them. The episode length is really what's limiting me a little bit more than anything, honestly. if I was just playing solo, having a bunch of picks that you could just go, all right, I'm just going to town. We're gonna keep working through them until we're through the stack. But I hope that kind of shows that when you're blasting through um, oh, this is gonna be confusing, but I think it's what I want to do. I think I want to keep a spare of each of those in the box, and then put oops, just put them over here. Fortune pick stays over here, over by itself, or wherever that plays out to. We do still have an emergency totem in there. That's good. All right, are these? Those are still going. All right, fortune pick. Let's use you. Can use you on here. You're not in the ender chest. Alright. You go away. The red one's still downstairs. All the rest of this is just inventory management junk. And I guess I just put away like all the stuff that's slightly dinged up that I could probably fix now that we have some nether quartz. Oh, maybe they're all right here, actually. Not in the chest. Let's get everything ready. Did I put stuff in here? I did. What are... these two? Might as well do it. Let's do it. It's right here. The gravel will be a little bit more of a track. I think all these are... Nope. Come on. I don't even know why I feel like I'm up against it, like I so often am with the end of a video. Like, we can't go over 2 hours again. Come on. But I think we're still doing all right. I hope we are. Oh, I didn't bring that gold back upstairs. Gravel. 2 chests. Oh, we have soul sand. I totally ignored. Gravel is kind of becoming the most regular run for one. Blackstone and soul sand. All right. Almost done. I'm just so happy. Those shovels, that was a kind of unexpected little side project, but a good one. I'm quite happy to be in good shape like that. So like I said, I think hopefully without too much time pinch here, while we're all just hanging out cleaning up this quartz, we'll get done, we'll look over and see how much more smooth red sandstone we have. Take that up and throw it in to the bigger box upstairs. See what we're looking like then. And then go. And you'll have to forgive me because it's anyone who's built a darkroom spawner kind of knows once you're going, it's on. Like, you can kind of module it, but it's a big pain. It's not. I've even set it up a little bit now, and I'll show you how I usually wrap it up. But it's not conducive to running out of materials in the middle of working on it and just going and taking a quick trip to get some more. You'll probably, you can do it. You can just lots of torches and everything. You can make do with it pretty well, but alright, looks like we may even get a little bit of surplus here. That'd be cool. So, yeah, kind of the bottom line is lots of both of the sandstones in particular. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to do that. Just another chance to get everything back up. Oh, I never actually finished my thought about the pre-ski day. Again, people are probably just rolling their eyes. I don't think there's anything else we need to touch or work on, right? Everything is healthy and happy, tool-wise. Looks like it. Okay, good. So, we've now got spare shovel, a hoe ready to go, and now, maybe we do that. Maybe we leave the fortune here as the only diamond. And if we get to the point where we're using we've used up our 2 netherites and we still need to finish a dig or whatever, then we'll swap them out. They're in the yellow box. But I think that's better, right? You don't want to have a bunch of reserves all taking up room in your easy access chest. And that is all packed up and ready to go. You go back in your place. How about like that? You, Mr. Most Important, go into your place. I think we could have just done this, but we got a crafting table. I got to assume that makes it easier. Alright, a little bit more to the pile there. And these are in reserve. A little jump on any XP healing. Progress, it's about half. A lot of them still in the hopper. The cooking part is a little slower. Maybe that's where blast furnaces become a deal. Maybe I should switch that out. What is a blast furnace? Smooth stone blocks. We have to cook those? Is that right? And these use coal and materials. They just do it all at the same, right? You don't get any more efficiency. It's just faster or more resource efficiency. It's just time efficient, I think. So maybe this is the time. So we need five irons. We got to figure out how to make a smooth stone. we'll end up losing a coal block on this situation. Wait, let's... Come on. Think. Stone. We got lots of stone. How do we make smooth stone? Smooth. Well, we can make a slab, so I suspect we have to cook it then, right? Just cook 4 pieces. 3 pieces? I think it was 3, right? 3, because we only need them across the bottom. Alright. Now, you go back in there. Oh boy. Oh no, this is not, stop. Okay. You stop. You stop. Oh, oh. Oh boy. It's always something, right? Okay. No, I'm gonna need those. Dang it. Come here. Where did all those come from? I thought we... Oh, break the furnace. Was that 15 levels? I think we got to level 10 while we were repairing stuff. That's something. And did we get the furnace? Where's the furnace? Oh, it went into the chest of it. Okay. So we'll put coal. That stands out. Now, back over here. Plop. It was very exciting. I've never used a blast furnace. Okay. Now, coal back into the coal hopper. All the red sandstone back into the red sandstone. This is all smooth, so already done. Alright, now the question is that faster? What? Y'all see a problem here? I see a problem. Why can't you use blocks of coal? That's really... So it'll go through the hopper, it'll pull it in, but it won't do anything. Will it only cook ore? Alright, now we're in danger of being long, too. Let me check that. We are totally long. Well, this will be a good chance for me to look up online what is going on. Is it that it can't take block coal and those all have to be broken up? That would actually be better, but I fear it will only cook ore, iron, gold, all those kind of things, and not cook the stones. Either way, bummer. All right, well, let's Let's make this uh, our thumbnail. It's about as exciting and as frustrating as anything that we've encountered here today. Okay, well, that's gonna do it for this one. I don't know. I don't know that I got another one in me tonight. Honestly, I'm gonna get up and it's like not quite dark yet. Just kind of getting into that dusky time. Well, it's well into it, I guess. But if that wind's dropped off, I'm gonna try to go for a quick little walk here with what remains of the daylight, and yeah, maybe see you guys again tomorrow. But until then, take care. Please do, if you're watching these all in a series, take a break. Do as I'm gonna do. Go get outside and enjoy it. I've seen snow and wind and bright blue skies and some rain and some clouds today. So I've seen a lot of it today, and it's all awesome. So yeah, give yourself a chance for some fresh air, and we'll be here when you get ready to come back. Till then, take care of yourselves and somebody else. Bye now.